Okay, this is going to be a few hints and tips on putting on a hitch or a winch that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. I got a Smitty-built 9500 winch, and they were on sale for $256. And the plate is a Rough Country mounting plate designed for the TJ, and it was $69 and something. And of course you might run into some sales tax on that. Now the thing to do, of course a lot of us don't read the directions, but who wants to? These hooks that I put on are from Harbor Freight. The bolt pattern's exact fit for the TJ bumper. So I'd take those off. This light was mounted on the bumper. And so I took all that off, and I took the sway bar cover off. Put the mount on and just put they send you bolts in case you don't have these hooks. They send you bolts anyway, and bolts back here. When you put that on, this sits on top of the sway bar. There's a bolt back there. You take that out and put it. They give you a thick washer. Put on there and set that on there, and that's the time to cut around the sway bar cover if you want to keep it on there. I did. I didn't want my look like it's something missing. So once you do that, put the wiring. Now this is important. Put the wiring on the hitch first, or the winch first, so you can get the little rubber boots on, and the ground is on the bottom, which gives you about 3/4 to an inch of clearance, which makes it a real booger getting that on there. So hook up all your wiring first, and you can mount the relay box. Which, I like it's got the cover or the hook up on the side, and they give you a 12-foot controller, which has got a real nice looking button. And then mount your winch to the plate. Makes it a lot easier. And then set it on there and bolt it down. And if you're going to use the hooks, which these are about $10 a piece at Harbor Freight, I had to make you'll need about 1/4 of an inch spacer to keep that from digging into the bumpers. I had to make a 3/8 because I didn't have this plate. Now this is my hookup for my jumper cables, and I had to drill and thread the holes for that. Once you do all that, be very careful when you unwrap the cable. The hook's not on there yet. There's plastic coating on this bar back here, and I scraped it, so I taped it with some 2-inch wide electrical tape. Then put the relay box on, and boy, this lever works really smooth. Okay, after all that, I found out one thing that I didn't know. I was trying to put this light down here underneath, which I could have, but I was trying to think, I'm going to have to make some brackets. Nah, I don't want to do that. So I didn't know what I didn't want to put it up here, and I didn't want to go up on the, because all that does to me is light up the hood. And I saw where somebody had advertised 2 of those big round lights, and they said, well, there's holes already drilled in the flare, or whatever you call it, flare. I thought, you know what? I looked at that, and those brackets lacked just 1/8 of an inch of making it to those holes. So all I had to do is oval them out just a little bit. And then I put the hook on, and I saw somebody use a tire wrap or tire wire tie, cable tie. I put it over here so it wouldn't flop around. And you don't have to cut it every time you use it. You can just roll it out and unhook it. I haven't even used this yet, but I will. The neighbor one day just before I got this running. Got the lawnmower, got a big riding zero-turn lawnmower, got it stuck in the yard, and I went over and pulled them out. But I didn't use this. They'll get stuck again. This isn't the first time. And on the lights, what was neat, I run the wires down, and here's the ground wire. That hot wire's got one of those cable covers, corrugated looking, and it's got shrink wrap on the ends, on both ends. So I was going to show you something here. Where's the turnaround here? That bugs me. I never can find it. Well, you can see the wiring down there. I cut a little notch in the cover. The wiring, this is the ground wire, and these are the lines to my jumper cable. In this, the wire, I run it over the back, under the motor, and around that way, so you really don't even see it. Now, one other thing that's very important. The wiring, I strapped it up with a piece of strap iron and old radiator hose to keep it up out of the suspension. But I've got a battery that's got the post on the front. That's where I hook my jumper cable ground. And over here on this side, I hook the hot wire. But what I didn't want to hook the winch down there, because if I took this post off, cable off, the battery would still have a ground through here, and if I took that off, did something over here, I'd short out, probably blow up and burn the car down. But you can see the winch cable, how it's got the good armor on it there. So if I take this one off, I disconnect the winch and the battery. That way I'm not grounded. So that's very important, because I would forget, take that off and pow. So this is going to be a two-part. I was going to talk about something else. I was going to show you on the other side. I've already done one, but how I did this. It's a little dark over here, but see the guard for the edge of the body, and it looks really neat because it didn't have any. It just had some old ugly glue, and I'll show you how I did that, and it's easier than I thought. Okay, part number 2. I'm going to replace the protection on the edge here. I saw something that said you get decals and covers and $20-something, and I thought, well, guess what I've got laying around for years and years and years? Some of this 3-inch outdoor tread. It's 2 inches wide, and you get 5 yards, and I cut a piece long enough. I split it, because when you pull it off, you stick it down here, and then you can peel it off and roll it over. Makes it easier. What I did is just kind of scuff this up to make it smooth. Because this stuff, you'll be all day trying to get it off. It's really, really tough. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. Then it goes up here over the top and rolls around on the back. And it really looks good too. It looks a lot better than this. I figured this is something I'd probably never do. So I pull off the, I split that down the middle with the razor knife to make it quicker. I roll it down just about about 1/4 to 3/8 maybe. This is the part you want to be careful to get it on straight. Other than that, it's a no-brainer. Doesn't it look better already? I could have moved it over and rolled it out here farther, but wouldn't give me much on the back. And I didn't want to not roll it over because then my shoe would catch it and flip it up and then it would probably peel off. Then I just pull this piece off. And just roll it over. You know, this stuff can't be a whole lot. Even if it was $10, $15, that'd be a lot cheaper than, and you don't even use half of it. And you look a lot better. There it is.